Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks, to The Hungry Gamer is back with another episode of the Monthly Menu, and today we are talking about the top 5 games of April 2025. And as a reminder, this is the game to hit my table the most during the course of the month, and I only count digital plays if it was played in real time. Now, jumping right in, let's talk about the picks for the month. As predicted, the list, we did not get to it. Though, I will say, Mrs. Hungry Gamer did say she'd like to play something from the list. We just haven't figured out when to do it. But I'm somewhat hopeful, at least in the next 2 months, we will knock at least one of them off. Next on the list was SETI, and yes, I did get it played. I didn't get it played like I wanted to. I really wanted to get it played multiplayer, but I only got it played solo. As I said before, I like this game. I think it's very clever. It's very tight, and I really do enjoy that. Hopefully I will get it played multiplayer soon, and then a full-on review coming out. Next is Red Dragon Inn. Not Tales from Red Dragon Inn, which I play fairly regularly, just regular Red Dragon Inn, which is pretty much the only take that game that I really enjoy. I did get a game with it in, really had a great time with it. Next is Azul Duel. I thought this was the gimme. Nope, didn't get it done. But hopefully I will get it done this next month and relatively soon, because it's one I'm really excited to play and then cover and make a video for all of you. And the next one is Run 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 from 25th Century Games. And no, I didn't. This was the other one that I thought was a gimme, because both myself and Canadian Kev, who was staying out here with me, really wanted to try it, and it just didn't happen. So, you know, what are you going to do other than complain about it? And now, to be fair to myself, for most of the month, I was in rehearsal and or performance of a play, and so I just didn't have the time. In fact, most of the games that I played this month were a single hit on the table. Now, I still played about 30 different games, which is low for me. And I know first world gamer problems, right? But I just didn't get a ton of games played, so I'm kind of brushing it off to that. Now, moving into my top 5 games of the month, we'll start with number 5, and I wore this shirt on purpose because it was Conquest Princess from Fight in a Box Games, and this is a shirt that you can actually order from them right now, and there's a whole bunch of other ones too, but this one is very close to my heart. And that was my game of the year last year. Got to introduce Canadian Kev to it, and we lost, but really fun all the way through. Number 4 on the list is from 25th Century Games, and it's called Splitto. And I'm actually working on a video for this. This is a very simple card drafting game, except as you're going, the point scoring conditions are constantly changing around the board. You're playing a card onto your right or to your left, and the split between 2 players, and you are trying to accomplish these different goals. So I might put down a card that says, gonna have between the 2 of us the most green cards, and then another turn maybe on the other side I'll put down a card that'll say have no green cards, or something like that. And you're planning out where to play cards and how to best score as many points as you can. It's a very clever, very fast little game, and I've been hanging on to it for a while because Cloak and Meeple, lovely gentlemen who have a YouTube channel, told me it was their favorite game at Origins or at Gen Con a couple years ago when I saw them, and I just didn't get a chance to actually play it. But very cool. Really enjoy that game. So Splitto coming in at number 4. Number 3 is one that Original Don and I are going to be covering on the podcast, and that's a game called Gun It. And this is a cooperative game where you are driving in a car trying to get away from the bad guys who are trying to knock you off the road or whatever. And there's a whole bunch of different scenarios where, and the one that we played several times was you are trying to get away from the mega conglomerate with the hard drive, and you're moving around, and you're trying to get away with it and get it to the media. And the way it works is there's 4 different seats in the car, and you can shoot out from a different side of the car, or you can drive, or whatever you're going to do, but you have like 2 minutes to kind of pass these things around to figure out the order that you're going to be doing these different actions, and what it is you're going to be doing, which way you're going to be shooting, who's going to shoot the shotgun, who's going to shoot the submachine gun, who's just going to drive, and when that's going to happen. It's a clever little game, and I'm looking forward to talking about it in a couple weeks or so. Number 2 on the list is Fate, Defenders of Grimheim, and this is one that I really, really like. I've mentioned this before. Aldi from Board Game Geek turned me on to this, and it's just really, really clever. I have a video of it. You can check that out. And I went and actually bought some of the expansions just so I could kind of have everything. And now I'm not going to play it again until I get it all painted, but just such a clever little game. Very fun, very hard, very silly, which is kind of right up my alley. And yeah, just really, really like it. And then number 1 on the list is Wandering Galaxy. And I finished up a campaign, and it was really cool that a couple of people kind of dropped in and out of this campaign as we went through. But Canadian Kev and I finished it up with Jerry Hawthorne, the designer. He zoomed in because he obviously has a copy, he knows it, and just had a great, great time. I think hands down, this is the best of the Crossroads series so far, and this is the first one that I really want to jump back in and try more of the campaigns. I'm going to do one solo, and just there's a decent chance it's going to be back on the list at some point this year. Really, really enjoyed Wandering Galaxy. So that brings me to the picks for this coming month. First, we have the list. As I said, I'm not super confident it's going to happen, but maybe we'll see. Then next we have Run, Run, Run. I'm keeping that on the list because, well, I just really want to get it done, and it's quick, it's simple, and there's no reason I shouldn't be able to do it. So that means I probably won't do it, but I'm going to try my very best. Then next on the list is one that's been on the list before, and it was actually my game of the year 2 years ago, and that is Oathsworn. It's just been sitting on my shelf for too long. I've been wanting to get back to it, and it's kind of as a primer to get back to it. I've been painting some of the minis, and I actually now have all of them painted, so I'm ready to go and kind of power on through the rest of this campaign. Actually, I'm only about halfway through, so I'm not going to finish it soon, but hopefully get a few more games played. Next on the list is one that I did a preview for, and it's just kind of been sitting on my shelf. And I've just had the hankering to play it recently, and I've been painting some of it, and that is Inferno from Red Mojo Games. Thematically tied to Dante's Inferno, which is a classic literature with all the different circles of hell and who's in each of the different circles. And the game itself is a clever worker placement game where first part of your turn you are moving the souls through the different circles of hell and trying to get them where they're supposed to be, and then you're also kind of running around in Florence and maybe being a bad dude and kind of getting people sent into the underworld because they've been sinning, and you get them condemned and all these things. It's a clever, clever little game with some cool stuff going on, so got that on the list, really want to play that. And the last one is Lunar Rush. Now, there is an expansion for Lunar Rush coming, and that's going to include a bunch of asymmetric factions, and I have that prototype, so I'm really looking forward to kind of playing it. And Meat Space, I played it quite a bit on Tabletop Simulator, and just looking forward to kind of trying that and getting a video made so I can send this prototype on to the next reviewer that needs to look at it. So those are my picks for May 2025. And next I just have to say thank you to our sponsor, Noble Knight Games, which, if you're not aware, they give me a little bit of store credit every month. And then anytime a sale is made from someone who used the link, which I have down in my description of the videos, I get a little more store credit. It doesn't cost you anything. Really, really great place to go if you're looking for out-of-print games or used games. And of course, used games can sometimes be expensive, but that's the way that goes. But the stuff that's a little more commonly available, you can usually get for a good price, and the customer service there is really, really good. And as I always say, this is a store that I used before they were sponsoring me, so I do stand behind that. And then, of course, more importantly, thank you to the channel members. You can see their names going along the bottom right now. I really, really appreciate you. And there's 3 different levels that you can sign up for, as little as 99 cents a month. And all of it pretty much goes back into the channel one way or another, whether it is equipment, whether it is helping me go to conventions so I can cover them, whether it is getting new games that I'm able to then, well, as I said, cover. For example, River of Gold is one that I was able to cover because of the help of the channel sponsors. I have a game called Survive the Island coming, again, also because I was able to pick that up because of you all, and so on and so forth. So thank you so very much to the channel members. I really, really appreciate you. As always, I'm not going to say I could not do this without you, because I did do it without you, but I really appreciate it. So there you have it, folks. That is the top 5 games for April 2025. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.